So
Yeah.
let's talk more about the receiver. So if
Uh-huh.
we go through that same situation, you've just given me this feedback. Do I just sit back and just go, oh, come, here comes some feedback? How can I train myself to, maybe if I'm an interrupter, the minute you say, I saw you interrupting Tom, maybe I'm going to interrupt you and say, yeah, but
Yeah.
so how do I train myself to receive feedback correctly?
Yes. Yeah. And again, really, really good question, because I think often we go to that how to give feedback and we don't think enough about how to receive it well. So, yeah, I have a little technique that I like to kind of offer for this as well. Um, Before I delve into that, let me just kind of also, you just prompted another memory of actually somebody years ago told me there's only a couple of appropriate ways to respond to feedback. And one is to say thank you.
Hmm.
And the other is just to say go on, or to,
Okay.
ask for a bit more. So yeah, step one, resist the urge to jump in and defend. If you do so, you're going to miss that information, that data. So yeah, pausing and stopping is probably the thing to do in the moment. Bite your tongue, try and remain open to hearing it. So thank you for kind of seeding that in as well. To get onto then the technique, this is essentially a kind of coaching technique that can be used for sort of self-reflection as well, that I refer to as ABC, because yeah, like any acronym, those things hopefully help you remember it and bring it to mind. So it's essentially a way of reflecting when you've received some feedback, and maybe that's a little bit after the event, maybe it's shortly after it, whatever is appropriate. So the A stands for, well, what was the activating event or situation? So again, we're kind of back here to the observations, the facts. It's back to that. What did you see or what did you hear from your point of view? So if we're using that same example earlier, so Clem gave me that feedback, but yeah, it was triggered by that meeting where I interrupted Tom. And what I remember was thinking, God, Tom's going on for absolutely ages. So yeah, I was seeing and hearing Tom go on, and that's where I'm kind of starting from. Focuses you in on again that the data, the kind of observation, the facts of the situation. So that's the A. Um, the B is then for beliefs. So what are your beliefs about that? What are you thinking um, around that? But then also to question those beliefs. What are they actually helpful? Are they useful? So, you might believe, again, to go with our example, I was doing the right thing. I was thinking I had to get another voice in the room. Um, and actually, in being quite forthright and assertive, maybe, I believe that was the right thing to do. But then to kind of question that, well, how else could I have approached it? What are the beliefs? Is that belief always going to be useful to me? Maybe it is in some situations, but actually there could be other beliefs I could bring. So what if I believed that giving airtime to others was going to allow them to get to the end of their thinking? Maybe there's another way I could have steered the meeting to that kind of particular point, giving Tom a bit more space and time. Whatever it is, it's trying to bring that self-reflection to, is this belief supporting me and helping me? But if not, what else could I replace it with? What other angles could there be?
What does the C stand for? I get A with the actions and B my
Yep.
beliefs.
So that's
What's the
going to
C stand for?
so that's going to bring us on to consequences.
Got it.
So similar, you'll probably spot the similar thing. It's almost like the template from before, but from the other side and more for self-reflection. So, okay, what are the consequences of believing those things? What's the impact if I continue to do so? What's the impact that I am feeling as a result of that? So, maybe I'm feeling that that's my duty to do that. Maybe I'm feeling that actually that's me contributing in the most effective way. Um, there could be some positive supporting things, but equally there could be some things where I'm thinking, oh, maybe I'm believing that I'm terrible at communicating with people because of that. So that belief is leading me to kind of be a bit hard and a bit self-critical on myself. Well, actually, again, can we reframe that? Maybe it's, well, actually, I just need to open up my toolkit of approaches I could bring in that situation. Maybe I need to spend a little bit more time observing how other people are doing it. How do I change that consequence that's going to lead me down a more constructive and positive route?
Got it. Okay, that's useful.